Hi, thanks so much for joining me on the Everything and Anything and a Bit Gay podcast. I'm your host, Zach Randles-Friedman, and I'm doing a casual Sunday intro day where I'm getting some intros done for my podcasts that are upcoming. I got this really cute robe. I don't usually wear a robe, but it's cold in Boston and it's kind of chilly in my house, and I bought this robe 3 months ago because Instagram kept giving me ads for it. And finally, I'm like, I think I need this robe. And I really didn't, because I had like 4 or 5 other robes already that I don't wear. So here I am. I'm wearing the robe and it's cute. And I'm displaying it for the first time on my podcast. It's the first time I wore it. So here it is. But I had a good day today, and I wanted to kind of share that because I think a lot of people are looking, maybe thinking about like, where do I want to live? And I don't know, a lot of my friends are at least. So like, where do I want to live? Do I want to buy a house? Do I want to live in the city I'm living in? Do I want to live in the country I'm living in? Like, what do I want to do? I feel like a lot of people are looking for some sort of change in their life, whether it's work or moving or buying a house or renting another apartment or whatever the case may be. I know I feel like something is like there's a major change coming, maybe not with me, but just overall. I feel a shift or something coming, and I don't know what that means or what it is, but we'll see what happens. But today we went and looked at houses in an area that, an area outside of the area we live in now, and I was against it, and now I have decided I am more open-minded about this area that we're looking in. And we went and looked at 2 houses today. One was definitely a no-go. The other one was not going to go either, but I think we're going to wait a little while to think more about it. Maybe explore other areas. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm tired of renting. I'm tired of wasting my money renting a house. This house is great. It's more than enough room for us. But I'm just like, I'm ready to own. I would love to do a garden. That's my garden. And the backyard here is not great for doing a garden because it's very rocky. I mean, there's grass, but like if you dig like 1 inch, it's like grass seed and some dirt was thrown on top of rocks. So it's like it's not a great place. And we have 1,001 rabbits and squirrels and chipmunks in our backyard. And if I didn't build like an enclosure for garden, everything would be eaten as soon as it started to grow. So, and I'm not going to invest any money in a garden in a house. So that's where we are. We're looking for a house, and I'm excited about that. And then today when we were out, we were listening to the radio on the drive to the area that we were going to. And there's all this news, that's going on now about what's happening with Renee Nicole Good. She's the woman, I'm sure you know who this is, but in case for some reason you haven't listened to the news in the past month, she is the woman that was shot by ICE and was shot 3 times and was doing nothing wrong. And the ICE agent shot her. The woman had no weapon. She was a mother. Her wife was there as she got shot. And it's a horrible story. And today I put out a special. So I have another podcast, if you don't know about it. It's called Listen Up, Girl. And the podcast is usually about 10 minutes long on average. And I pick usually 10 stories or so, and I'd read about them for a minute or less. And sometimes it's a little longer, depending on how many news stories are actually out there. Sometimes there's a lot of LGBTQ plus news. Sometimes there's less, and we get it done in 7 minutes, and other times it's 12 minutes. But it's always around the 10-minute mark. And the podcast is really important to me because I think it's important because of all the things that are happening in the world. And what I do is I take that podcast that I have. I don't talk about politics on this podcast I try to avoid it completely. I try to bring guests on that are inspiring and uplifting, and I try to have conversations that are positive and good or interesting. They're not always super positive, but they're interesting stories. And I stay away from the news headlines as much as I can on this podcast, even though that's difficult sometimes. But my Listen Up Girl podcast, I do talk about the news, and I'm very honest about what's happening. With my own opinion is sometimes inserted into after I say the news. But the news is all, I go through and make sure all the news that I'm talking about and delivering to my audience, that it is all true. There's no fake news in there. It's all accurate news. And I think it's so important now to have that news, especially in today's world, because there's so much hatred in this world now, and there's so many people that are against the LGBTQ plus community. And I almost stopped doing the news podcast earlier in the year, like in May or so. I'm like, I don't know if I can keep up with this. And I just almost let it go. I almost said, okay, I'm done with it. But I'm so happy I didn't, because I think it's so important for us all to stay informed. And I feel like my news podcast, Listen Up Girl, is helping people kind of stay informed. You get a little bit of an overview of what's happening. Again, all my stories are none of my stories are fake news. They're all accurate. And I just try to, instead of going through social media or news websites looking for different news stories, I try to put it all in one news podcast for you in like around 10 minutes. And that way you can get everything all at once. And I do it 4 to 6 days a week. And then I'm doing now a special called, I pick one story a week now that's really resonating and that's hitting headlines. And I go through and I kind of talk about that news story and I give all sides of it. So today I did Renee Good story, and I basically gave the entire situation, what the ICE agents are saying, what her family is saying, what the LGBTQ plus community is saying, what the Minneapolis community is saying, and what the world is saying. So I give the entire story in that newscast, and I do that. And sometimes the stories are different. Like I'm going to be covering heated rivalry, which is not necessarily a deep topic, but that series is talked about so much in the news right now. It's like the number one viewed show, and it's crazy because it's a gay love story about these two hockey players. And if you haven't watched it, you definitely should, because I watched the first episode. I'm like, no, this isn't for me. And then I went back to it, and I'm so glad I watched it. It's amazing television, and the actors, I love them both. And I'll wrap this intro for this podcast just to say that I had another podcast that I don't talk about ever anymore, and I had a co-host that podcast, and I definitely will not say their name, but I stopped doing that podcast for many reasons. But one of the things that happened is that person that I was doing the podcast with said they found my Listen Up Girl podcast, and they couldn't believe that I was doing a news podcast and didn't tell them, and I was hiding it from them. And I'm like, how do you hide a podcast? You want more listeners. Like, what are you talking about? And that was another time where I'm like, should I stop doing this podcast? And that person also told me that I had opinions about things on the podcast and that I shouldn't have a political view. That's what I was told. And I am so happy that I removed that person from my life, and I continue with my podcast, and I deliver that podcast news. And it makes me feel so good whenever I deliver accurate news, and I feel like I'm doing my part for the LGBTQ plus community, bringing you headlines for what's happening. Again, whether it's good news, it's bad news, I try to do a mix, but it makes me feel really good that I have the platform to do that, and I have people listening to it. So that's my end of my intro. My guest today is Myla, and I followed her on social media, and I think sometimes you look at social media like, oh, is that picture filtered or what's going on? And Let me tell you, when she got on to the video, she's not filtered. She's that pretty. She is that beautiful. She started off as a model at 19 years old. She's from the Ukraine. She was modeling in throughout Asia and then went into Europe and then came to New York, and she's done acting, she's done modeling, she's started her own company, and she's a DJ. I mean, she's incredible. Like, and I just, I'm gay, but I couldn't stop staring at her because she's so beautiful. Like, amazing skin, amazing personality. And I was so grateful that I got to interview her because she was fantastic. So, enjoyed the interview with Myla, and she's doing some DJ sets coming up. She's doing some cruises that she's doing, but she's got a whole summer that she's planning on doing the festivals and stuff around the world. So hopefully you'll be able to catch her and enjoy the interview. And thanks so much for listening. Hi, thanks for joining me in the Everything and Anything and a Bit Gay podcast. Today I have a very, very beautiful guest, and I can't wait for you to learn more about her. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Thank you. So nice to meet you. And I'm so happy in your podcast. I've heard a lot of amazing things about it. My name is Myla. I'm from Ukraine. I live in Los Angeles. I'm a DJ producer. And yeah, very excited to discuss a lot of fun questions.
But we have to step back and say where you started, though, because that's why I think you're so impressive, because you started at 19, you started modeling, you didn't speak
Yes.
English, you were going to all these different countries in Asia doing modeling. You came, well, I guess, to the United States. Your English wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
And you like totally made a huge career for yourself. Like, it's so inspiring.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, when I just moved to United States, I barely spoke any English, so I had to learn. I was going to language school in New York. And yeah, it's very exciting. Long journey for sure.
Yeah. So you walked internationally on big shows. How did growing up in the Ukraine kind of help prepare you to go out and live in LA and kind of explore the world?
Well, I'm not sure exactly because mostly like my all my friends and mostly people in Ukraine, they don't really like move like this all the sudden across the world. So it's
Yeah.
very like unusual. Well, yeah, first I was in China for modeling. So I was traveling across Asia, mostly China for modeling and also in Europe. And after I moved to United States. So it's definitely something unusual what people normally do in Ukraine.
Yeah. But did your childhood, when you were growing up, kind of living in Ukraine, did that kind of help prepare you for the world? Or is Ukraine kind of very, everybody says local, and so it's not super international?
Yes, it's very local, not very international. I think, well, hopefully soon as it will be more international. It's definitely like not really international. It's only like Ukrainian people, and yeah, so it definitely. I was always just curious to travel, like explore the
Yeah.
world. I was always reading books, Mark Twain about travels, and I think it's how I got like my inspiration traveling and exploring.
Did you ever think that one day you would be living in LA and you would have this amazing life that you have today?
I was always dreaming like to travel, to explore. Yeah, interesting. I think as growing up, like I just knew like I want to explore the world. And I was like very excited to like grow up and like be like more independent.
Yeah. So you went from modeling, you did some major magazines as well, right? Like
Yeah.
Harper's Bazaar, Elle, Vogue. And
Mhm.
how was it kind of meeting all these people in the fashion industry? Was it, coming from Ukraine and then going to China and throughout Europe and meeting all these amazing people in the fashion industry? Was that fun or was it intimidating?
I think it was really fun, sometimes intimidating, but I think people in fashion like really fun, creative, outgoing. So I always feel like very comfortable with people in fashion and music because it's very creative people, and sometimes it's definitely been intimidating But mostly, I think I felt comfortable because everyone is very outgoing and friendly.
Yeah. Did you ever live in New York, or you just went there? That's where you kind of were at for a little while.
Used to live there for 2 years.
Okay, and did you like it?
I like it. It definitely was amazing experience. A lot of like so many different events and like fashion shows and magazines, and plus I was going to language school, so I was busy nonstop. And it was a very amazing experience. But I also was like very happy to move to LA because it's a little slower pace compared to New York. So I think I had more time to like go hiking or like being in nature. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I love California because it has a lot of like outdoors activities.
So then one of the things that you ended up doing is you started an activewear line called Flex Up. So
Yes.
what kind of inspired you to do that? Because I mean, you had this amazing modeling career, but before you even started Flex Up, you started acting as well.
Yes.
So I mean, that's amazing. Like you're living like a person's dream, like doing modeling, acting, starting your own clothing line. And we'll get into the music and DJing in a minute, but like tell me about the
Mhm.
acting piece. How did you get inspired to do that?
I was always like excited to watch movies, and I was very fascinated how it's happening, like how it's been filmed and everything. I started to go to acting school. I've been going to acting school in LA for a while, so it was very interesting to learn like different techniques. And I got booked for a few horror films, so it was really cool. And one is a feature film. This Dakota Johnson. It was very like I didn't know it's gonna be with Dakota Johnson, and my scene I was like standing right close to each other. So when I
Oh
went on
wow.
set, I didn't know that. So I was already like on the set and like on my head, I was like, hold on, is it Dakota Johnson? I didn't even know. I was like, it was amazing, amazing. And also got booked for that part, like very like out of the blue, right before my birthday. So I was like, oh my gosh, it was like my birthday gift.
Yeah. Amazing.
Just I really enjoyed it. It was really, really fun.
And tell me how you got into Flex Up Activewear. Like, what made you kind of focus on that? Because I went to the website and read a little bit about it, and it seems like it's really kind of focused on empowerment.
And
I love it that you have these like collagen gummies on there and stuff. So tell me like how you kind of
Mhm.
got into Flex Up.
So I started during COVID when everything was closed down, and
Mm.
I was at home, and I was like I didn't know what is going to be like the next chapter for everything. It's everything was very like um, not certain. And I've always been into wellness and health and wellness and women empowerment. And before I had a lot of ideas like, oh, I want to start my brand and have like a yoga clothing line, health and wellness. And during COVID, like I was like, that's it. This is the right times that I'm gonna just start. And I created like even a basic website by myself in the beginning.
Wow.
So oh no, yeah, it was interesting. And I just started. I started to create different yoga clothing line to, and now it's still developing. There was still like so many things can be developed. Yeah, it's very fascinating to be involved, like women empowerment and health and wellness, and just spreading like good vibes for sure.
Awesome. And then now you're DJing. So tell me like how that happened, because I think I love people that go into DJing because you look at, so Paris Hilton, I'll use as an example, where
You know,
she had this whole career and she had this whole brand, and then she's like, I want to be a DJ. She made it work, and now she's booking things all across the world, and
and
she's doing amazing. So, what kind of inspired you to want to go out and be a DJ?
I think Paris Hilton also inspired me for sure. I was look up into
Good,
her work a lot. So
yeah.
I've been in music growing up. I was going to music school and played national instrument called bandura. It's national Ukrainian instrument. So I've been in a music like since in childhood. And after when I did modeling, I kind of stopped to be involved in music. And
Hmm.
after I just like felt like calling to coming back doing music again. And also have a lot of friends DJs. So I was asking them like first tips, like how should I start and everything. So I just like and I remember I was like hesitating a lot. I was thinking like maybe it's kind of like late to start DJing because DJ started like when the 17 or 16, right? And after I was like, I don't think there's anything late to start like ever. And yeah, I just started.
I mean, there's a Real Housewife. Her name is Meredith Marks, who's on
And
Salt Lake City, and she's DJing now, and she's like selling things out, and she's probably in her late 40s or 50s, I'm assuming. So I don't think it's ever too
yeah.
late. Like if you're inspired and want to do something, I think you should do it. You know.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So I started like I was started going to like DJ school to learn like basic like techniques and stuff like that. And after I think of this practice, I just learned a lot like practicing at home. And yeah, I got booked to last year I was playing festival Dance Energy in Salt Lake City and Burning Man. I played an Amsterdam dance event. So a lot of like it really took off really fast. Yeah, it just felt like really right, you know.
Tell me about Burning Man. How was that?
Amazing. So much fun. It's amazing experience.
Was it life changing?
I think so. It's definitely been life changing. It's my second time. It's been my second time, and it's definitely life changing in the sense that I think it's like no, it's not really comfortable. Like you need to go out of your comfort zone. And in the
Yeah.
beginning, it was like very like difficult to do that. But it's kind of like I had to step over like the comfort and just like really enjoy the moment and everything what happened. So it's very intense experience for sure.
Yeah, I have friends that went to Burning Man every year. I don't know, maybe for 10 years, and
Oh
they'd rent a
wow.
whole RV, and they had all their costumes and clothing and stuff, and they had a whole community that they would do, and it just became so
Mhm.
much work. So but they said they would go, and it was completely life changing every time they would go.
Yeah,
And the
I
thing
heard.
that they said that you can't make any major decisions
Mhm.
for 30 days after you come back because you're just in a different mindset than you are before you went in. So you have to like wait to make major decisions, he said.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I come back, I was just also very tired. And I think it took me, yeah, like around 1 month to fully recover. And when I come back, I didn't have a time to recover because I had shows booked. So I had to fly to Asia like few days later. And I had a long flight to Singapore and
Oh,
just for
wow.
a few days and fly back. So when I come back, I was just so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for Burning Man, I need to plan like after at least 1 week off from anything just to recover. It's definitely worth it experience. I don't know if I will do like all my life every year because it requires a lot of dedication to plan it
Yeah.
and to recover afterwards. So it takes almost, I would say, like 1 month and a half, the whole thing.
What festival would you love? What's your kind of dream festival to do? Like, is it Coachella or something? Like, what's your dream one?
I think definitely Coachella, Tomorrowland. It's definitely EDC. Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
my goals to play there.
Awesome. So you've done so many things in your life. You've done modeling, you've done acting, you've had an activewear, DJ. Like, what do you think you succeed in everything that you do? And do you ever kind of
Later.
stop and like think like, oh my god, like this is great. You must have amazing self confidence to know that you've done this. But do you ever stop and kind of think about that and reflect on how successful you are as a woman and how empowering that is for people? Do you think about that ever?
Oh, that's very sweet. I think so. I think I'm definitely have a good like self-talk to myself. I think it's very important to like be very kind to yourself. So yeah, I think I definitely like reflect on like, oh yeah, that was great. Like yeah, definitely reflect sometimes about it. Maybe I should reflect more because it's important to like feel like always like achieving things, right? Feel those feelings for sure.
What do you want to do next? Is DJ kind of your main focus now, being a DJ, or is there something else that you want to plan in the future? Because who knows? I think you could do anything you want as much as you've done already.
Music is definitely like a number one, like DJing. So, and also Flex Up, yoga clothing line. So those two, and modeling still, like whenever I get booked for some magazine covers and stuff, I'm still doing that. So yeah, I'm open.
So you have a huge following, and tell me about the following that you have. Like, I think you have like almost 2 million people on your Instagram. Tell me
Mhm.
about the type of people that are sending you messages? Like, what's the strangest direct message, the strangest DM that you've gotten from somebody?
So I'm trying to not read so much like the one request, but sometimes I do, and sometimes could be very strange, very strange comments. I think. Well, it's hard to say what is the strangest, but some person like also pretty often send me like almost every day, like, "Oh, I saw you in my dream last night." I don't even know who is that. So because I go a lot live on YouTube, so apparently, yeah, it's. I think it's like very strong engagement because people see me in real life on YouTube and after they DM me on Instagram, so they really like reflect on everything what they just saw like on YouTube. So I feel like it's like stronger connection to followers, and yeah, like this one, like, "Oh, I saw you in my dream. I pray in church for you," like this kind of comments. It's sweet. I was just very surprised to read this kind of comments.
I mean, having almost 2 million followers is like a huge. I mean, that's huge. Like, you should be so proud of that. And so, I mean, you have the attention of so many people, and you can
Thank
make such a
you.
big difference. And do you what role does kind of community play for you in your world? So, you're from the Ukraine, all the stuff
Oh,
that's happening
no.
in the Ukraine. You've lived a very international life. Like, being
Mhm.
in a community, how important is that for you?
It is very important. I think it's very important because also like people definitely like always on social media and wherever people see like on Instagram or YouTube and TikTok, we really influence. So I'm trying always only have like good influence and like spread positivity and like good messages. Because I know it's
Yeah.
definitely influencing people. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely I just want to spread like good vibes and like positivity.
One thing I was so impressed by what you were doing, which is so inspiring, is that you were supporting the Ukraine and you were
Mhm.
basically taking 60% of your sales from your activewear and proceeds from an NFT drop to humanitarian
Mhm.
efforts in the Ukraine affected by the war. That's amazing that you did that you were
Thank you.
supporting the community you came from.
Thank you.
What does your family think about your success?
I think they feel very proud about me. I think they do, for sure. Yeah, I got involved with charity organization Nova Ukraine. They support a lot like kids and also they just send a lot of clothes to Ukraine, like all kinds of different charity work they do. So it's very good to be part of bigger charity organization because they organize everything. And yeah, it's good. And after the war, when the war is finished, hopefully it's going to be very soon. I want to work on like opening like schools for like creative schools in Ukraine because I think a lot of the like infrastructure and like schools been destroyed. So it's definitely we need like a lot of rebuilding. But now it's too soon to plan because the war is still going.
What's your feelings? You think it's like will be over soon? If you had to guess, what do you think?
Yeah, I hope it's gonna be finished like very soon. Yeah, like so
Yeah.
hopefully like before the summertime, hopefully. Yeah.
What was the moment in your life where you kind of realized? So you started modeling at 19, but what was the moment that
Mhm.
you realized, oh, I'm getting noticed, like I'm famous? Like, when did that happen?
Um, Interesting. I think, well, when I start modeling, I was in a shoe shop and I get discovered like by agent in the shoe shop. That's when I was like first like heard like compliments, "Oh, you should be doing modeling." And like that's when I start like that was like early. I was like 16, but I didn't start right away. I because I was in college. So only started later a little bit because I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like 16." I felt like I was very like a baby. I wasn't ready to travel
Yeah.
international by myself. And but later I was like, okay, like I should just do it now. Otherwise, I probably would like never go anywhere. Like just like I would never try my dream. And I remember I was like, I just need to make this decision. Yeah, that's what happens.
I want to talk about like what you have coming up for your DJing. So I know you've got some cruises coming up. So give us a breakdown of where, if people want to see you perform, where they could go and how they can get in touch with you.
So next weekend, it's from the 18th till the 22nd. I'm playing on a cruise ship. It's going to Bahamas. So it will be super fun. I actually never been in a cruise ship. I'm excited. And so we're going for 4 days and come back. And on the 29th, I have a show in Park City. I'm doing opening set for
Oh,
Cascade, so it will be very cool. I've never met him, but he's definitely like very iconic. So I'm excited to play together. And after that, I have shows in Dubai. I'm going to Dubai in February for the show. I'm very excited for it. And also I have a song coming up with label on end of January. I'm excited also about that. A lot of good new music coming out 2026.
cool. Did you do you have any New Year's resolutions that you kind of set up where you want to have like you have goals that you want to make sure you accomplish in 2026?
Yes, definitely. When I release a lot of new songs, I have amazing playing amazing big festivals. And yeah, just like travel the places that I want to go to. There's a lot of like bucket list places.
What are three of your bucket list places?
I think it's definitely Bora Bora. I want to go to Bora Bora Island. So it looks
Yeah.
amazing, like paradise. And I also want to go to Brazil. I've heard Brazil was a lot of fun. And where else? I want to go to Iceland.
I just went to Iceland last year.
Really? How was it?
Amazing. It's people there are so nice.
Um,
Um, I went in the winter, which I would not recommend. It's but I went for
it's
New
very
Year's Eve
cold.
last year and
Oh,
it was so
nice. That's
cold.
amazing.
But it's such a beautiful country that I want to go back in the summer where you can actually go outside and do hiking and do things outside more
Oh,
because it was so
nice.
cold. But the people in Iceland are beyond friendly and nice, and it's a safe city.
Wow.
And we did this food tour, and you go
Oh,
around to like
wow.
6 different restaurants and try Icelandic food. And one of the things that they make everybody try is fermented shark,
Oh, like actual shark?
actual shark,
Wow.
and it's fermented, and it was not good, and you have a little piece of it and you just eat it quickly. But
Yeah.
I feel like I had to do it because I was there and it was a once in a lifetime thing to do. But if you go to
Yeah.
Iceland, try the fermented shark because like very few places do it, and but I think you
Oh,
have to do it. It's like a rite of passage almost.
okay. I'll try it. I think once in a lifetime you'll try something like that. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. When I was in Japan, actually, also there was a lot of different kinds of fish, like all kinds of seafood. I've never seen it before. And some of them, like, oh, I don't know if I want to eat it. It looks, yeah, but I
yeah.
tried it. It's definitely like very unique. Very unique. It's definitely try like one time, but I wouldn't eat it like every day.
Yeah, they also had like reindeer on the menu and stuff like that. Like they had unique things on there that we don't necessarily have in the United States. So it's
Oh, wow. Like actual deer?
yeah, they're called they're
Wow.
reindeer. That's what they call them. Like they had reindeer
Oh,
hamburgers and reindeer pasta, mixed pasta.
wow.
Like they had all this reindeer food. So it was it just I guess there's a
Wow.
lot of reindeer that live in Iceland because of the cold weather.
Yeah, I guess so. It's interesting. No, I've never had that.
Yeah, so it's an interesting country. I hope you get to go and go soon because but again, go in the summer. That's whenever it's like a great time to go. So, are you getting
Mm-hmm.
prepared for the festivals coming up this summer, like in 2026? Like, are you ready for those
Mm-hmm.
and to start playing some music at them?
Yes, I'm very excited. Summer is going to be very busy. I see, like, yeah, I'm going to be playing in Europe and in United States, so it's going to be a lot of fun. 2026 summer is going to be epic. Yeah, I'm gonna start preparing soon. Now I'm currently preparing for the cruise, the one coming up next weekend. So it's gonna be super fun. And after that, the one in Park City is gonna be really good.
Park City is so beautiful if you haven't been before. It's really it's a nice town.
And also, I want to go ski while I'm there.
Yeah, you should.
Very exciting. Yeah, a lot of fun things coming up.
What do you kind of do to after you do all this, you're traveling the world, you're going to all these amazing places, you have all this amazing career. What do you
Mhm.
do to kind of, when you have time to yourself, to make yourself kind of chill out and relax and go into a Zen mode? Like, what's your, do you meditate? Do you just want to watch bad TV and order food in? Like, how do you kind of relax and calm your mind whenever you're done with all this work?
I meditate every day. So like for me, mornings, like my morning routine is very important. So it doesn't matter where I am in the world. I always keep my like morning routine. So I don't look on my phone when I just wake up for like around like almost 2 hours. So I do meditation and I write my journal and I read book and drink my coffee only after I check my phone. Because I've noticed, so if I just woke up and start to text, see messages and everything, I feel very overwhelmed from the morning. So I try to do like very slowly. Even when I start to check my phone, I go from like the most important to the least important. So I don't receive like so much things in one time and I feel overwhelmed. So I'm trying to like make like definitely like discipline with using my phone for sure, because that's really affecting. Yeah, but definitely like meditation and having like my discipline, like morning routine is definitely helps. And also like working out, going for a walk with my dog. I walk with my dog by the ocean almost every day, and it's just definitely gives me like refresh my mind and stuff.
Awesome. I have to ask, your skin is so amazing.
Thank you.
I have to know what your skincare routine is, or is it just...
Your skin is amazing too.
Well, thank you. But is yours genetic, or what do you do with your skin? Like,
I do this red light mask. I do red light mask like almost every day. I think it's really good. And I do like a micro needling once or twice a year.
Yep.
The facial. I think that's really good. I don't really do all other different facials. I just do micro needling, and I feel like it really like big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And my last question I have for you, if you could do a remix for anybody in the world, Madonna, Lady Gaga, Ariana, anybody in the world, who would you want to do a remix for?
Wow, good question. There's so many amazing artists, so it's hard to like pick just one. But I
Pick
think
two. Pick two.
Well, Madonna, definitely. I love Madonna. And also there's so many artists I love. It's hard to decide. And the second one I really love, I would do like very cool remix with Drake. I like hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like I think
that Drake would be amazing. We'll have to tag him in this interview, him and Madonna, and see if they contact you to do a remix.
That would be amazing. I would love to do that. Right?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I think you would get a Grammy if you did a remix for either one of them. So that'd be amazing.
Right? Yes, we need to get a Grammy one day.
One day, yes. Well, I am so happy I got to speak with you. I love it how inspiring you are to people, how you have all this empowerment, how you support your country that you came from, how you support women, and just like you're just a huge community. You support communities and stuff, and it's so amazing. And so we need more people like you in the world. So
thank you so much.
I just wanted to say thank you for being a guest, and you're amazing.
Thank you so much. It's such a much pleasure talking to you and meeting you today.
All right, everybody, be sure to, I will put her Instagram and her websites and all that information into the description of this podcast or video. And so go on a cruise and listen to her DJ, or go to Park City, or look to see what festival she's playing this summer and stuff. So thank you so much for being on again. And everybody, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment about the show. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much. It's so great meeting you.
You too. Thank you.